You see Cummins, right? Cummins is a 105-year-old company and always in the diesel engine space, right? That is where we are. So dirty diesel. But then over the 100 years, we emissionize so much gensets, right? But at the end of the day, it is run on diesel, right? So where I come in now is from new energy solution space, and we are developing a greener solution. And one of the main topic today is battery energy storage system, but also hydrogen-powered fuel cell gensets. So we are also in the PEM proton exchange membrane fuel cell technology, and we have already proof of concept to make the genset as well. So just wanted to give that flavor that if hydrogen is the name of the game also in the future, we are ready for that. But coming on the we are actually launching 6 models, 100 kilowatt to 1 megawatt in the battery energy storage space, fully containerized. What we saw gap in the market is about not C certified products, right? Or international certified products like Australian, New Zealand standard, because this is a global product for 50 hertz. So from Latin America all the way to Australia, Africa, Middle East, Europe, it will be launched. 3 things which it is covering, right? The sustainability, we heard a lot. I think companies and countries have target, and how do they do that, right? Yes, install a lot of solar, get renewable energy, but solar you use it or lose it, right? That's the name of the game. So you better store it when it's available also. So I think that's where the battery will come in. Second thing is it will also come in economics. And when I look globally, especially Africa, portion of Africa, Middle East, where you have grid unreliability, solar penetration is high, and the diesel prices are high. I think these 3 cases will always justify a BESS in an economic sense. And I can tell you that in our own Nigeria office, we have installed a 1 megawatt hour battery because the grid is highly unreliable. The genset had to run 10 to 12 hours, and solar penetration is good. So we install solar, we put BESS as well. So these are very simple use cases which are practical, and adoption of BESS is becoming really great. And even in Africa, Middle East, we are looking at within the power node what we are talking 100 kilowatt to 1 megawatt. The market size is at least 300 megawatt hour, right? So BESS is right now in the phase what solar was 10 years back or 12 years back. In the nascency, peak shaving is a very good use case as well, because you don't need to size your genset to a very high size. That's where some optimization can come in, right? You know your average load is 1 megawatt, but at times you are at 1.3, and which is very rare. That time your BESS can come on and sustain for those couple of hours and go back. Absolutely. From a microgrid or off-grid situation, this is a very clear use case where, let's say, mining customers who have to really run 12 to 14 hours of diesel genset continuously, even with 2 to 4 hours of stoppage of genset, because if the BESS is fully charged, and mind you, right, gensets are normally designed oversized and you hardly cater to 70% load. You can actually charge the battery while the genset is running, serving your load and charging your battery. It may take some more hours, but once your battery is charged, then for 2 to 4 hours, you are not using the genset. It is huge saving in terms of fuel, maintenance wise, number of gens, because you have to change filters, oil. There's a schedule of O&M related to genset. It will all come down. So it will make economic sense in addition to obviously the carbon footprint. If I look, which is really under the biggest discussion, is data centers. So yes, data centers are a huge power consumption, and if you look at Cummins diesel gensets revenue, 1/3 of our revenue is in data center business, in gensets. And they're all insurance, right? Because the genset should, it should run when it's needed, otherwise it is short. But obviously, there are locations where the genset runs because they don't have that much power attached to the grid and they need to be in that. So we are looking data center as one of the biggest segment who will adopt BESS. They are actually debating fuel cell gensets also, but then the hydrogen availability, storage, and flammability of hydrogen is another challenge. But BESS is definitely a thing which they are considering, and obviously their requirements are big. But just imagine if you have a power outage less than 2 hours, and the BESS can take the load. And remember, BESS can come on in 100 milliseconds, where the genset will come in seconds. So if you can take 100% of your load, if it is capable of the full load that you have designed, or let's say critical load, then it serves the purpose for 2 hours. And hopefully, in 70% of the cases, the DC power outage is not more than 2 hours. Then they don't run the genset. And then their, this 2030 targets, 2035 targets fulfill because they don't run it. They have it, but they don't run it. And this is where, I think the sweet spot is coming. So data center is one of the biggest segment. Rental is a big segment. Commercial industrial buildings are also. Imagine this building. It definitely will have a genset, right? And outage in UAE is very less, we know. For that matter, other Gulf countries also. If the outage is less than 2 hours and genset never runs, right? And the best can do the job, then they are already on the decarbonization journey. So yeah, very good point, Deep. I think battery safety is a very critical matter, and that's where at least Cummins, as a multinational, as I say, we took a lot of time to launch this product. I started this project March 23, and we are here after so many months. So 3 levels of safety and all that have, because there are a lot of concern, and as he rightly said, distance and whatever, but we are very proud that we are launching with the 3 level of safety with international standard, cell level monitoring, pack level monitoring, fire extinguisher, and even the final hydrant attached sprinkler system. So that all this has to be taken care. I think it is the regulatories and the policies have to be developed with the nations.